All right, some stocks I'll be watching on Monday. RWLK, not a lot of chart history to go on here. Recent IPO, but ran from like below 11 to almost 45 in 2 days. Then put in a higher low, lower high, and so it's really pretty coiled here. Switching to 15-minute candles, you see it kind of broke out of a long base on Friday. So this is interesting over Friday's high, over 3140-ish. I'm not just going to dive in if that happens, but if it were to trade around 31 for a while on Friday and then break to the upside, that could give a good trade. So it's a good one to have on a chart. I think it's going to be pretty jumpy though, so you want to be careful with that one. ZU, very nice looking chart. We had a great trade in this in the chat room the other day, and now it's just coiled. Whoops, it's just coiled below 40. And it looks like it could rip higher. This thing's had great relative strength lately. TRP. Gap down. It was on bounce watch on Friday and then gap down, but closed at its highs. This 52 area was kind of resistant, so we'll see. This one, I don't love it, but it might continue the bounce. Whenever you get a gap down and it closes at its highs after several days down, a lot of times you get a little follow through to the upside. KBH, home builder, so keep your eyes on the home builders. But if they bounce, I think they reported the other day, and I think they moved a lot of their good numbers out to the next quarter or something, but I don't think the report was too bad. And we had this on bounce watch because you can see here it's done pretty well. I didn't draw that line very well, but anyway, it's done pretty well holding the 1550 area. And then if you look for ever since the earnings or the report and the gap down, it's found buyers below 1550. And so especially if home builders get any kind of a bump, I want to watch this one for a bounce because this thing grabbing it below 1550 has paid off quite a while now. So with home builders showing any strength, let's watch this one for a bounce. KBH. Loco, this one I don't know. I don't love it. It's not, but it's kind of coiled. Okay, so I just want to watch this one. You can kind of see it there, and then you're in a really tight range right here. But if you switch to 30s or something, you can kind of, let's make it 60s. You can kind of picture a little bit what looks like, if you squint, you can see it, what looks like maybe a head and shoulders. So this one could break to the downside as well. But Loco moves really nicely when it does break its high of the day after coiling for a while. So I'm kind of leaning long, but really right now it's just in a range. I'm thinking sometime this week it's going to resolve that range one way or the other. TRUE, this is actually kind of a weird chart to me, but if you watch it on 15-minute candles here, it's had some pretty big pops up to the 1850 area, and then Friday put in kind of a lower high and closed on strong volume. So if this gets over 1820 on Monday, with volume, it could push through that 1850 area and maybe resolve to the upside. So I kind of want to watch that one. If I was just looking at daily charts this weekend, true, TRUE really wouldn't have caught my eye much at all because you can see like the topping tails and bottoming tails. It's just weird. But when you switch to 15s, and if you trade, every day, we've seen these big spikes. So something may be up. And through, like I said, 1820 and then maybe through 1850, this thing might resolve to the upside. So I want to watch TRUE. DGLY, let me try that again. There we go. This one, gapped up on Friday and really did a really nice pop all the way through 20, but then ended up closing at its lows, as it often does. So this chart, I still want to have this on watch every day. What I'm hoping to do is just to have, like a gap down, whatever, and a narrow range for a while and an upside break in the afternoon. I think you could get a short squeeze. Afternoon's important on that, though, for the short squeeze, because when this thing runs in the morning, sellers come in and knock it down every time. But I definitely want to have something like DGLY on watch every day. Micron, I know we all saw this one on Friday, MU. Really a pretty clean little breakout of this kind of channel here, whatever you want to call this big flag. So this one's interesting. Had nice volume. It's plenty liquid, as you can see. Almost 54 million shares traded on Friday. So one of these days, if this gets over Friday's high, it wouldn't surprise me to see it test this 30, almost 35 area and maybe break out. So keep this one on watch. Micron is fun to trade because you can get as many shares as you want. Just got to make sure that you're getting a proper entry. 34.10 was Friday's high, by the way. So that one's on a chart. AMCX, I call this my Walking Dead trade. AMCX hit support on Friday, and really you could argue that it's just been in a range. And so now we're at the bottom of a range. The Walking Dead comes out 2 weeks from today. I'm a huge fan. 2 weeks from today, so that would be about 10 trading sessions. I'm thinking maybe this bottomed on Friday and is going to work its way up into Walking Dead. So it's kind of a strange idea, but I think it might work. I definitely want to watch it. Over Friday's high would be an important level, over 59.12. So let's keep that one on watch. TKMR, I want to have this one on watch every day. Consecutive lower highs on the daily now for a few days. Back down in a support area, and with the Ebola news coming out, keep your eyes on TKMR. That's been pretty good to us in the chat room. And that's enough for my watch list. We'll find stuff to trade on Monday off this list as well. Plus, hopefully, some of these on this list will give us a nice setup. It's going to show one. Yeah, this cheapy Craig also is I think worth keeping on watch. It spiked here on big volume on a huge insider buy. It went to 148. I don't know, about 6 sessions ago. Then a few sessions ago went to 159, and it's putting in higher lows. So keep Craig on watch too. All right, I'll leave it at that. Have a great night, and we'll see you guys tomorrow.